Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Welcome everyone to our show. This is episode number 21. And I am one of your hosts, Miles Keever, Access Consciousness Facilitator, accompanied by my lovely wife.
Hi everyone, my name is Edith Paul and I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight we're going to talk about a subject that is, are we going to lose the control? Or
Control.
what?
So let me say it. Let me say it. I want control here. My turn.
Okay.
Let me say it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's mine. It's me. It's me. Let me control this. I got it.
I want to control
No,
it.
let me do it.
Okay, do it.
Well, now it's not any fun because you've given up your control. I can't control you. So obviously our topic tonight is control. Are you in or out of? And so tonight we're going to be talking about being out of control, using control to create more, using control to create less, and ways to recognize when you're feeling controlled and how to get out of that, how to create something different. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
and if you have...
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if you have questions, you can use the little box on the bottom right of your screen, or if you want to come and join us, just write something and we will invite you to come with us on the platform. And if you have a question you would like to ask directly, we'll be glad to welcome you in our show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so what is it being out of control?
Bless you.
Sorry.
Sneezing on camera is like a form of being out of control. So like from what Gary talks about and what I've acknowledged for myself is being out of control is the capacity to not be controlled by others. It's not living within this reality, not being the effect of other people's points of views and opinions. It's a way to create our living from a different perspective, having more possibilities. And it's really a way to just free up any kind of limitations that you might have.
Yeah, and it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice. The first thing is to choose it and then, well, clear everything that is on the way, because when we have the habit to let others control us, it can be something, it can be something challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, the real nature, the infinite being that you truly be, is that you are not controlled by anybody. So what brings you to be controlled by others, it's because you believe in things. You believe in probably points of view that are not true for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's run some clearings on some of this stuff.
Okay.
So like all the points of view that we have about what control is or what it isn't, will you destroy it and uncreate all that times godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, and pot and puck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. And all the lies that you bought into that keep you in that space where you allow people to control you, and everywhere you believe that you cannot come out of that, and everywhere you incarcerated yourself in that lie and in people's lives, so you cannot come out of that possibility. Well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And also anywhere that you've made everywhere that you have acknowledged that you're a control freak, and everywhere that you've made yourself wrong for being a control freak, will you destroy and uncreate all that? And any lifetimes that you've made yourself wrong or persecuted yourself. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion.
You're right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. And everywhere you function from The control from the sense of fear. Control where because you're afraid of something and you want to control it in a certain way, will you now uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, and there's another one I wanted to say. Everywhere that you, was it? Well, I've lost control. I'm out of control. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
What would it take for you to remember?
Yeah. So
for the energy to come back.
Yeah. Well, it'll come back to me.
Yeah. So the difference between being out of control and being controlled
Mm-hmm.
or being in control is that or being controlled is that when you're out of control, you have the choice.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are controlled, or sometime when you are in control of, you don't have the choice.
Mm.
Because when you are in control of something, how many times do you say, I don't have the choice? I have to do it this way, or it has to be this way. So, yeah. So everything that is brought up will, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something about everywhere that you believe that to accomplish and to succeed in your life, you have to be in control. We destroy it and uncreate all that times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Just imagine being out of control where nobody affects you in a way that you have total choice all the time and you can choose whatever creates more for you. Wow. What would it take for this to happen? Not to happen. What would it take for us to choose this and create this in our life? What ease can we find in this? And everything that doesn't allow you that, will you create and destroy it all times again? In godzillion?
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of places where we can use control in a way that's not productive and it's destructive. Like we can get caught up in the, like you said before, about caught up in the fear, being controlled by fear. Like the medical community does that a lot. Like flu season, you'll see the much more advertisements during the winter for flu shots and flu medications and sick medications and all those things. That's just, in my point of view, in trying to influence us in a way that we are afraid of some aspect, so we'll buy their product or buy the drugs or whatever. And what if it's just their ways of manipulating us into believing that during the winter season, people get sick more? Maybe that's just a trained response. So everywhere that we've fallen into this reality of really what we accept as real and true, but is truly control, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. We have no choice when we want a result to be in a certain way, okay? Because the focus we have is about this something, being resulted in a certain way. So we always have to keep ourselves in judgment. Yeah. We always have to, and where's the choice in this? Where's the space to ask questions and create more possibilities in this when we are vested in the outcome? So everywhere you believe that by being vested in the outcome is the only way for you or is the best way for you the only way for you to create whatever you desire in your life. And control is the only way for you in this. Control with fear is the only way for you to create it. Will you now uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere that you have a plan, and that plan, like Edith was saying, the plan does not accommodate or make space for changes. A plan is a fixed direction or a goal. So everywhere that you're using control to keep in place a plan that may no longer work after 10 seconds, will you destroy and uncreate all that times Godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, spoils and beyonds. Do you have the choice when you allow your thoughts, your feeling, and your emotion to lead your life in living? And when you are in reaction to something, do you really have the choice, or are you under the control of your thoughts, feeling, and emotion? So everywhere you believe that your thoughts, feeling, emotion are the source of what will create your life. Well, you now uncreate and destroy it all times a Godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, sometimes I use this nice little trick for myself that doesn't work so well to try to create stress in my life as though that's going to change something, that's going to like create some form of structure or control. Like if I'm not getting something done that I desire to get done, if I try to stress myself out about it or make it important or make it emotional or something that's like in some way in the past, that's a form of control of like trying to get me to be a certain way by stressing me out or creating this trauma about the importance of something being done, or like if it's something on my list, if I'm not doing it. But that doesn't really work. It doesn't, the stress that I put on my body and myself doesn't generate a space of possibility. It only contracts and limits the energy that I have to do what's required. So everywhere that you have confined your possibilities by creating stress in your life and in your reality as a way to move forward to what you think you desire, and only it crashing and burning will you destroy and create all of that times a Godzillion, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, spoils and beyonds. Do you really have choice when you function from decision, judgment, conclusion, and computation? And when we function from this level, we function from our mental, we function from our head. And is there a choice other than choosing between our thoughts, feeling, emotion, or decision, judgment, computation, or conclusion? And the thing is, when we choose from that level, we ended up having the same life again and again. It's always the same thing we redo, and there's no new. There's no new in our life when we function from our thoughts, feeling, and emotion, from our decision, judgment, conclusion, and computation. So if you look at your life and it's the same thing over and over again, maybe you function from your DGCCs. So everywhere you believe that your decision, judgment, conclusion, and computation will bring you to create a better life, an easier life, or a life of ease, I should say, a life of expansion, will you now create and destroy it all times a Godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, where do we want to go from here? We have some different topics we can talk about, getting out of being controlled, I guess, or how people use control to get what they want, or how's it used as a manipulation?
I'll let you the control of it, my love.
Oh, good, good. I have the reins of the wagon forward moving. Well, one way to get out of being controlled, like if you ever feel yourself like having an interaction with someone, you just feel a little bit icky and something's not quite right, and you just either feel bad about yourself or angry at yourself or something, there's some lie that you have bought into, and I speak from experience when I'm in a situation that I leave the conversation, I just I don't feel quite right. Like I've bought into something, or I agreed with someone that I didn't, for whatever reason, that may not have been my best choice, but I bought some lie that someone had told me, and I basically put it in my file as real and true. But I knew at some point it wasn't real. So what is the lie in the situation? That's one question you could say if you feel stuck about a situation like this. Like, what is the lie that I'm not acknowledging, that if I were to acknowledge it, could give me the freedom that I truly desire to have? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Being out of control is not about being uncontrolled or being drunk or disorderly.
Yeah.
Or,
and that's okay
too.
That's okay if you want to be disorderly and drunk. That's fine. We don't have a point of view about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I went for a certain time in my life in the anonymous, how can I say that? In anonymous.
If it's anonymous, you shouldn't say it.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to keep it quiet if it's anonymous.
I'll keep it anonymous.
Yeah.
And yeah, in these, well, the word that comes is club, but it's not a club. It's
community.
Community, yeah, anonymous community, where they give up their life to a higher power. It's not being out of control. You just give up your life and you're living, and you give up you in this too. So everywhere you believe that giving you up, is about giving, being out of control. Will you now create and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what points of view are you choosing that are keeping you controlled in this no choice reality? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Being out of control is being totally present present with you, with whatever is, and have no point of view, and asking questions about what will create more for you and for others. So it's really a skill, I guess I should say, or first a choice, and then a skill, and asking question about that. What will it take for us to be in that space where we are totally present with ourselves, totally present with everything around us, with everyone around us, and still choosing to be the energy, or choosing to ask questions and gain the awareness of what energy we can be that will create more for us and for others. And everything that doesn't allow that, will you know, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what would it take for us to be out of control, 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 and be the source of possibilities, and to empower the universe to align or to create possibilities for us? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and create all that times a godzillion, please?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, I just want to add, there's so much about being out of control, all the points of view about being out of control, and it's sometimes thought of as being something funny, or he's so out of control, or something like it's like frowned upon. It's like, this person's out of control. They're not in line with the rules. So all the different points of view that you and we have bought into as what out of control is, and what are the lies associated with being out of control, and all the limitations that we have put on ourselves because of the lies that we have bought in this or any other lifetime about what out of control is. Will you please now destroy and uncreate all of those times a godzillion, so you can be out of control? And everything that doesn't allow that, please destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And being out of control is not to try to find the answer, but instead asking question and empower the universe to provide you with the awareness, to provide you with, we can say, the answer. of what you're looking for. Because when it's the universe or the consciousness who provides you, who give you the information, it will create so much more for you and for your life. Yeah, because the universe and consciousness doesn't have any point of view, doesn't function from what we think is our limited point of view. There's no limited point of view from the space of the universe or from the space of consciousness. So everywhere you believe that by having the right choice, because sometimes we believe if I have the right choice, if I make the right choice, if I have the right answer, if I think the right way, I'm going to do it. What if it's about asking questions? What would it take? What would it take for me to create this with ease? What would it take for me to bring this project to fruition? So, and everything that doesn't allow you to ask questions to the universe, and everywhere you are stuck with your idea, everywhere you believe that you have the right answer and this is the right answer that will bring you where you want to go. Well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, what could you create if you were out of control, out of definition, out of limitations, out of form, structure, and significance, out of centricities and linearities, and everything that doesn't allow you to fully embody this question and to ask this question to yourself regularly, daily? Will you destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion, please?
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So why choosing to be out of control instead of being in control? And when I say here in control, is being in control from fear, being in control from limiting point of view. Well, first, you thrive instead of survive, because when we ask questions to the universe and we receive or gain the awareness of it, and we go with that, because every time we follow that, it's light. There's a lightness. There's an expansion in the possibilities. And it brings us to create more for ourselves. So, and when you choose to move on in your life from your thoughts, your feeling, your emotion, your decision, judgment, conclusion, and computation, just look at the energy that is created. Something small, it's something contracted, it's something heavy. So, and this is what it will be created in your life.
Yeah.
The energy that you're following will be the energy that you will create.
So you'll create the Charlie Brown rock, something small, something heavy, and something contracted. You get a Charlie Brown rock for Halloween. You don't want that. You want the candy, the abundance, the fluffy stuff that's really good. Go for that. Out of control.
Yeah. So what would it take for you to let go? Lower your barriers, let go, and begin to ask or continue to ask questions to the universe for whatever you desire to create. Even if you don't know what to create, what is it that you desire to create? Is it like lightness? Is it ease? Is it joy, fun? Ask the universe. And everything that doesn't allow you that ease of asking to the universe, will you now uncreate and destroy it all times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, Gary mentioned something on one of the calls or something, one of the classes, about how people use control as withdrawal, like the silent treatment, and how that's a way of manipulation. But is there a greater possibility? Can you create more control and more possibilities from creating, not from withdrawal? So like withdrawal is like removing your energy from a situation, or like making yourself small, and like the Charlie Brown rock, you've like contracted yourself, and as a form of manipulation, but does it really contribute to the greater you? You know, maybe it will get you what you want in the short term. And I did it a lot as a kid, you know, like contracting and like getting you know, did it with my parents a lot, you know, just like turning away and not giving them my attention and whatever that worked, you know. But now I'm an adult, I should choose something different, right? I shouldn't should on myself. So what possibilities are there that you could create from not contracting, not creating the withdrawal? Because it's like there's an energy of like not participating, not engaging in the possibility of something different. Like if someone's has a point of view and then they're the loudest voice in the room, instead of withdrawing and then like trying to manipulate them and control them that way, what about the energy of just allowing them to have their point of view and not attaching yourself to anything like, I'm going to say like monkey bread, because I'm going to make monkey bread later tonight. So monkey bread's really sticky and gooey and stuff. So it could be very
Lucky.
Yeah. So what's the possibility of creating something from expansion and from creating and not from withdrawal? So everywhere that you are using control you're using withdrawal as a way of controlling, will you destroy and uncreate all that times Godzillion, please?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Another reason why choosing being in control, being out of control, what it can create in your life in opposition to being in control from fear, is that it creates more. It creates so much more from when you are out of control and you allow the universe to contribute into your life. And you can create whatever you know what is possible for you. What is it that you know that is possible for you? And if you say that you don't know, just look at yourself. Just look how you are searching for something. Maybe you don't know what you're searching for, but you're searching for something. And I'm sure that when you'll find it, you'll know. Wow. And everything that is brought up here will you now uncreate and destroy at all times a Godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, you said something about like, what was it there about
I just said it.
I got monkey bread on my mind here. Yeah, about the creating from the space of being out of control, as opposed to being in control and trying to control something. It's not only is it you create more, but there's a sense of expansive energy that it's so amazing. Like if I'm trying to control a situation, trying to control my plan, and I want to do this way, exactly the way it should be, and not open to another possibility, it's like there's not really a lot of surprise there. There's not really much excitement. There's not really much energy, because I have to put so much energy of trying to keep it a certain way, a certain shape, a certain moving forward. But if I allow that energy just to, okay, you know, versus what else is possible here? What do I need to focus on? And that's very different energy, and that's much more like, whoa, okay, I would never have thought of that, you know, and there's this opportunity comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere that we, like you just said, everywhere we're trying to control, using control as a way to control, as opposed to being out of control, where you destroy and uncreate all that time as Godzillion.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I'm going to finish with this.
Okay.
In the morning, well, for me, if you want to add something, you could do it if you wanted. In the morning, when I get up, I usually take 30 minutes, 60 minutes for me. And to be in contact, in presence of me, my body, and breathing. And I ask, what is required of me today? And I receive awareness. I gain awareness of what is required from me. And every time that I follow this and I do this, my life. First, I create something, and second, everything flows during the day. Yeah. So yeah, what would it take for you to allow being out of control and receiving the contribution of the universe? And asking questions and receiving the contribution of the universe. And everything that doesn't allow you that, will you now uncreate and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. Thank you guys for joining us. Next week, we're going to have another show. The title of the show is Create Your Living from the Platform of Fun. Woohoo! Yeah. That could be fun. So we'll explore that. Come back again and listen to us or watch us again, and we'll see you next week. And have a great week and have fun being out of control, out of control, out of control, out of control this week. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening, and please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies. See you guys. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Bye.